Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 104 of Isolate, Meditate, Create. My name is Jessica Lynn Johnson, and I am the founder and CEO of Soaring Solo, which is a company dedicated to the direction and development of one person play. So, thank you so much for tuning in yet again for all 104 days. And if you missed any of them, just hop on my YouTube channel to catch up if you'd like, or rewatch ones you've already done and see what new comes up for you. Please make sure you have something nearby you to write with and write on, that you're in a comfortable seated position, um, all of those things, since we are going to be writing and meditating together. And also, I just want to say that sometimes what comes up for us during these meditations and visualizations can be somewhat triggering. So if that's the case for you and you need to hop off and do some self-care, do what you need to do. If you need resources beyond that, feel free to email me at soringsoloartist@gmail.com, and I can give you a list of resources for people who are skilled in the areas of emotional and mental health. So I can help you with those things as well if you need it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just close our eyes and start to just focus on our breath. Audibly exhaling out if we need to, just releasing any stress or tension, and deeply inhaling in. And just letting any stress or tension melt away and really try to be in this present moment, focusing on the here and now, letting go of your to-do list and your personal dramas, and just being here right now in this moment. Giving yourself the gift of some self-care and some creative expression and community. And with every breath in, just imagine that warm and nourishing light is filling your entire body, just replenishing you from head to toe, relaxing you, filling you up. As you're focused on your breath, also do a body scan from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, just surveying and checking in with each part of your body, noticing where you might be carrying some tension or discomfort or pain, and just breathe deeply into those places, further relaxing and releasing, and imagining that that warm and nourishing light is just relaxing those muscles. Letting your facial muscles relax, your shoulders drop back and down. And notice any thoughts that might be racing around in your mind or passing through, but just let them go on their way. Try not to attach to them. Continue to bring yourself into this present moment. And start to imagine that on every in breath, you are breathing in things that serve you, things that fill your cup. Whatever might be lacking right now, just imagine you're breathing that in, calling it into your experience. Breathing in optimism and abundance, creativity, confidence, support, encouragement, hope, faith, love, joy, whatever you need to breathe in. Just imagine calling that to you on your in breath. And with every exhale, letting go of whatever is not serving you in this moment. Letting go of scarcity or fear or negative or limited thinking, unforgiveness, bitterness, resentment, hate, judgment, whatever you need to let go of, just let go of that on your out breath. So continuing to breathe in those things that serve you, and exhaling those things that do not. Just continue on in this cycle for a moment. And imagine now that your breath is starting to transform. And while you continue to breathe in things that serve you, you are now exhaling back to the world whatever gifts you have to offer, whatever you have to give the world. So imagine giving back your creativity, your innovation, your encouragement, your support, your love, your allyship, your leadership. Whatever it is you have to give, just imagine on your out breath, you are giving that back to the world. So continue on in this cycle of giving and receiving for just a few moments. And in the next few moments, I'm going to guide you through visualization. Just trust whatever comes up for you. Go on the journey. Try not to censor yourself or control it or even make sense of it. Just see what your intuition and your imagination and creativity wants to reveal to you. And just know you never have to share anything that comes up for you unless you choose to. So be very uncensored. I want you to call to mind a time when you felt undervalued or unappreciated. A time when you felt undervalued or unappreciated. Just were not seen for all that you bring to the table. Just allow that memory to surface for you. Maybe it was recent, maybe it was from childhood. Whenever it was, I just want you to call to mind that memory of being underappreciated, undervalued, unseen. And as that memory begins to surface, just recall as many of the details as you can. How old were you when this happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? Who else was involved? Just let the details flood in as you remember this story from your life. And maybe there are many moments where you didn't feel appreciated, or maybe it's hard to find one because you're surrounded by people who really do value you. Whatever the case may be, just hone in on one memory. And what was it about this moment that left you feeling undervalued, unappreciated, unseen? What was it? Was it that things were said that were inappropriate? Was it the things that were not said and not acknowledged? What about this moment made you feel unappreciated or undervalued? And what would have felt good? What would have valued you? What would have made you feel appreciated? How would it have played out differently for you to feel valued and appreciated and seen for who you are and what you contribute? And now switching gears, when was a time where you did feel appreciated, where you did feel seen, where you did feel valued? Try to recall a time where you did feel appreciated, seen, and valued. Let that memory surface for you. And what was different about that moment? Why did you feel appreciated, seen, and valued? What was said or done that really let you know that and receive that message? And finally, as you sit here today, do you feel like you value and appreciate yourself? Do you see and acknowledge yourself and your own contributions? Do you take the time to celebrate your successes? What is your own relationship to valuing yourself? And just take another moment to reflect upon this conversation about your value and your being appreciated and seen. Just take another moment to see what else your intuition, creativity wants to show you. Taking another deep breath in. On our exhale, slowly opening our eyes and coming back to this moment. Now, please reach for whatever it is you have to write with and write on. And I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes. And I just want you to write as freely as you can about whatever came up for you. And if you need some guidance with that, you might consider writing a letter of appreciation to yourself. Um, you could write a scene with any other people involved, and in solo theater, you'd be playing those other characters. You could just write a first person piece of narration, monologue, poetry, song lyrics, whatever comes up for you. You have 8 minutes. I'll let you know when your time is up. About 3 minutes left, 3 minutes. About 30 seconds. Okay, and please wrap up your writing. Hopefully you had some good things surface for you that brought some value, and areas to your life where maybe you're not valuing yourself or people in your midst are not valuing you, and just being aware of that. And I think in solo theater, a lot of times our protagonist maybe starts in a place of being a victim, and then by the end of the show, they've stepped into their power and they're more of a victor in the journey. And so through today's meditation, we really look at how we're viewing other people treating us or mistreating us. And then hopefully by the end of it, as you looked into your own valuing or appreciating of yourself, you could see some spaces where maybe there's room for improvement there, and a way to empower yourself to appreciate yourself as well, because that's often where it starts. And then people reflect that back to us. So just know when you're creating your solo show, we want our protagonist to start in one place and end in a very different place, so that that person really goes on a journey, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all of it, that they really go on a journey of transformation. So hopefully what came up for you today will work toward that in your solo scripts potentially. And feel free to transcribe what you wrote today. If it was in like a journal or a notebook or something like that, make sure to transcribe it into your computer so you're saving it somewhere, so that in the event you want to turn it into a solo show, you have it right there for you. Okay, so you'll see in the chat that I put a multitude of announcements. First, I want to start with, especially since we're talking about appreciation, a huge thank you to all of you in the Soaring Solo community for your support with the many different events we've been doing. I know on Thursday night we had Catherine Barnes' reading of Yes, No, Maybe So, which many of you were at. And then on Friday, we had the Soaring Solo Salon featuring 6 members of the Soaring Solo community. And then on Sunday, we had the world premiere of Worth It by Carla Delaney, directed by me. And there was just a lot of Soaring Solo support for all of those different events. And so I just want to thank you all for being a part of it, because we are a very powerful creative tribe and all of our contributions make this happen. So I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that. And next, my free class, The Art of Creating the One-Person Play, is happening on Saturday, February 27th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you haven't signed up yet, be sure to sign up at soaringSoloStudios.com. Just go under events and free class, or you can go to the free stuff tab and you can find it there as well. RSVP is required, experience is not. You can show up and just be curious what it might be like to do a solo show. And if you're very far along in your process, it will support you in that way too. Also, the February Creating Captivating Characters Intensive is sold out, but we are starting to take names for the March Intensive. And this is taught by Soaring Solo artist Heather Dowling. She's an instructor with Soaring Solo. She's an award-winning solo artist herself. Many of you know her and love her, but she is teaching that. And then I sit in on the 3rd week to give some insights as well. So we haven't picked our March dates yet, but I'll let Heather tell you a little bit more about that. So Heather, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everybody. Hi. Yeah, it's really to be meditating on feeling valued and grateful, and then to see these faces is like kind of, it's a great way to start the day, because so many of you have made me feel so valued in sharing your stories with me in the Creating Captivating Characters intensives. And I just want to say that it's been, and I said this before, that when Jessica and I, this idea started to percolate, nobody knew what it was going to look like, but it's been incredibly inspiring to see people step into their ability to embody their story, and to allow what they discover to help give them their writing and direct their show. It's really been an extraordinary thing to witness. And I'm so proud of, those of you who saw, well, I won't go on and on because I could brag forever, but it's amazing the work that's getting done. Those of you that have been a part of it are knocking my socks off. And we will be starting again in March. Jess and I are even talking about, we're like doing these little tweaks to the curriculum because we want to make sure we're getting packing max value out of it, so that no matter where somebody is and how far they are in development, that gets right in the pocket for them to discover the voices that are going to share the story that they have to tell. So yeah, I would love to have you there in March. And, if you have any questions, and I wanted to give you a quick heads up that those of you that might have missed my show Fertile, it will be live streaming it for Solo Fest on the 11th. So if you didn't get to see it, it's going to be up again if you just needed a point of reference or some homework for those of you that are in class. So love and hope to get to see many of you in March.
Thank you, Heather. Okay. Beautifully said. Yes, so we would love for you to join us in March. Just email me at soaringsoloartist@gmail.com and I'll make sure you're on the list to get first dibs and first information. Okay, so, and also if you're wanting to look into working with me one-on-one or in power pairs or small group sessions, you can email me as well. And I can tell you more about those offerings and see if any of that's going to be the right fit for you. And again, if you missed any days of IMC, you can hop on my YouTube channel, which is also there in the chat, the link for that, and catch up on all 104 days of it. And again, even if you watch the same one another day and you've already done it, new things will likely come up, or it will just cement for you that the same thing is coming up and you need to get it out of your system and put it up on stage. So either way, it's going to be valuable for you. And the next one is happening on Wednesday, February 10th. So please feel free to invite anyone you think might benefit from meditating and writing together. All right, all of you have a beautiful hump day. I'll leave the chat up for a little bit in case you want to say hi to one another or jot down any of those announcements. And this recording will be on YouTube a little bit later today. Thanks so much.